I think in America today we are facing more serious crises than we have in the modern history of our country. This is a pivotal moment in American history, and what happens now will determine the lives of our kids and future generations.
What specifically concerns you?
I'll tell you what concerns me, the issue of wealth and power. You got Wall Street. Here's a fact. When we talk about it's not only income and wealth inequality that bothers me, it's concentration of ownership. So right now in America, in virtually every sector of our economy, whether it's agriculture, transportation, financial services, whatever, you got a handful of giant multinationals controlling that sector. But here's another amazing fact. Who do you think owns these corporations? You remember there was a day where somebody actually owned General Motors or owned Ford. Mm-hmm. They're now owned by Wall Street firms. You got 3 Wall Street investment firms. BlackRock, you're familiar with BlackRock. They're
Vanguard
giant.
and State Street.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check it out on Google. They are combined, the 3 of them combined, are the major stockholders of 95% of American corporations. How's that?
That's not good.
That's power.
3 firms, 95% of corporate America. The number sounds impossible, the kind of statistic you'd dismiss as conspiracy theory if it weren't documented fact. But this is the architecture of modern capitalism, not small businesses competing in a free market, not entrepreneurs building empires with their names on the door. Instead, a concentration of ownership so complete that the same financial entities sit at the boardroom tables of competing companies, controlling every sector of economic infrastructure. The invisible hand of the market has become a very visible fist.
How did that start, and what could have been done to stop that from happening?
Well, I think it's greed. These guys are smart. They're hardworking. They're motivated. They want more and more. So if I can buy this, I can buy this, I can sell this.
Right, but they're all doing it within the law, right?
Yeah.
Right,
But,
which is that the problem?
Yeah, but who makes that law?
They do.
Think about that for a moment. Who writes the laws? The people with the most money and power. And what do those laws allow? More money and more power. It's a simple cycle. You get wealthy enough to influence politicians. You help write laws that benefit your business. Those laws make you even wealthier. Now you have even more influence. So you write even better laws for yourself. The system isn't broken. It's working perfectly for the people who built it. And here's the thing that makes it almost impossible to fight. Every single step is legal.
Now, I want to go to another issue, which is very rarely discussed. All right? You ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right, hang on.
Okay.
There we go. Problem I think that we face as a country is not just economic disparities and all the stuff that we're talking about, the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. It is political power. Right now, and I doubt that there are many Americans, whether you're a progressive as I am or a right-wing Republican, I don't think people can disagree that we have a corrupt campaign finance system. Argue with me? You agree?
No, I agree with you. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so let me talk about what it means.
Okay.
As a result of the Citizens United Supreme Court decision, I think it's 15, 16 years old, what it says is you're a billionaire. You have now the constitutional right, because your money is your freedom of expression, right? So you don't like Bernie Sanders? You can put millions or hundreds of millions of dollars into a campaign and express your view about how terrible Bernie Sanders is, and you can buy that election, right? That's your constitutional right. I think that's probably the worst decision that the Supreme Court has ever made.
January 21st, 2010, the Supreme Court ruled that political spending is protected speech under the First Amendment. Money equals voice. The more money you have, the louder your voice becomes. Taken to its logical conclusion, this means a billionaire doesn't just have one vote. They have a million votes, expressed not at the ballot box, but through advertisements, through funding, through the machinery of influence. The architects of this decision believed they were protecting freedom. What they created was a marketplace where democracy itself became a commodity, something that could be bought, sold, and controlled by whoever had the deepest pockets.
So what is the result of that decision? The result of that decision, let's take us to where we are today, is that Elon Musk, and I know Elon was on your show, and he spent $270 million to elect Trump as president. Okay? I think that's absurd, that any one person...
What's the most someone donated towards the Harris campaign?
They spent a lot of money on Harris as well.
They spent $1.5 billion just
combined
over the course of a couple of months.
You got it. All right, let me talk about it. So I'm not here just to say it's a Republican. That's my point here.
Right.
Okay. So Musk spends that money, and what's his reward? He becomes the most powerful person in government for 3 or 4 months. Okay, fine.
$270 million. Not from a political party, not from a coalition of millions of small donors, from one person, one decision, one checkbook. But this isn't a story about one side or the other. Both campaigns became money-consuming machines, burning through billions in a matter of months. The question isn't who spent more, it's what kind of system requires this much money to function at all. What kind of democracy demands that you must be wealthy, or know the wealthy, or serve the wealthy, just to have your voice heard? The answer is uncomfortable, the kind we've built.
But what you have right now, and I just saw this the other day. So let's say you're a Republican representing a low-income district, and you say, I got a lot of people on Medicaid in my district, and kids can't get to college, and I worry about food programs. I don't think it's a good idea to give tax breaks to billionaires and cut back on Medicaid. You make that announcement today, what happens to you?
It's over. You get attacked.
You're finished.
The swarm comes for you.
You got it.
Yeah.
This is the modern political reality. Step out of line and the machine activates. Not with debate, not with reasoned argument, with overwhelming force. Millions of dollars in attack ads. Primary challengers funded overnight. A coordinated media assault that transforms you from representative into cautionary tale. The swarm doesn't care about your principles. It cares about compliance. And every other politician watches. They learn, they adjust, they fall in line.
It's not a swarm. It's
the problem is it's already been established, right? That these laws have been established, the power has been given to these people, the money has started flowing, and it's been flowing for a long time now. And this is the issue with starting something that you can't stop.
Well, you can stop it.
You can stop
And
it.
you got to stop it.
Okay, but if you do stop it, all these people are going to throw all their money at stopping you from stopping it, correct? Right?
Exactly.
They're going to come up with the best commercials with American flags. This country's all about competition and freedom.
You got it.
The freedom to donate to the party of your choice.
You got it.
Yeah.
Good.
Stop these communists.
Hey, stop. You're writing their ads for them. They're gonna pick it up.
And there it is, the perfect trap. Try to change the system, and they'll use the most American words against you. Freedom, competition, choice. They'll say you're attacking liberty, that you're against free speech. It's genius, really. They've convinced people that this system is freedom, that if you can't beat it, that's proof it's working as it should. But strip away the patriotic language, the flag-waving commercials, and you're left with something simple. People with power will fight like hell to keep it. And in a world where money equals speech, the rest of us are just trying to be heard. So here we are, 3 firms controlling 95% of corporate America, billions flowing through campaigns, a legal framework that protects it all as constitutional right, and anyone who tries to change it becomes the enemy of freedom itself. The question isn't whether this system is broken. The question is whether it was ever meant to work for everyone in the first place.
But then we got to take a deep breath and figure out where do we go from there.
What do you think? Is this concentration of power and money the natural evolution of capitalism or democracy's greatest threat? Share your thoughts in the comments.